talking of Gab and Steve, actually, first question addressed to the two of you. I want to know what Gab's favourite thing about Steve is and what Steve's favourite thing about Gab is. My two favourite pundits, says Jose Angel Solorzano, in brackets, Mrs. Nicol. Go on. What's your favourite thing about Gab?
My favourite thing about Gab is he's an expert in making spaghetti.
Ooh.
There's a science to... Spaghetti's not just a case of throwing it in boiling water.
I thought it was.
At least wait 10 minutes and then pull it out. It actually has to be a certain texture. The water has to be a certain temperature.
Yeah. Have you had personal experience of this Gab expertise in spaghetti?
Gab was coming to my house for his dinner one night, and I actually said to him, would you like some spaghetti bolognese? And his answer was, only if the spaghetti's cooked properly. I was like, what does that mean?
And Gab, was it cooked properly?
I would change the menu.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, I didn't take a chance.
Yeah, I did have a lovely shepherd's pie, courtesy of Mrs. Nicol, and I had a lovely, enjoyable evening hanging out with Stevie and his dogs.
Not many have said that.
So your favourite thing about Stevie as a pundit, Gab, was it that night, or do you have somewhere else you want to go?
No, I was actually going to come up with something genuine and heartfelt, but since he brought up the expert in spaghetti, now I'm struggling to come up with something snarky.
I
think he was being genuine.
I was being genuine. I think it's to be admired. Someone who's very particular about the food. I think it very much.
It's a good thing Ali's not here because he doesn't like people who are particular about their food. So, you know, or people who think that food exists to be eaten a certain way, which is the correct way, and not whichever way you like, which is the Ali Moreno way. Yeah, Ali Moreno figures, oh, well, if I like it, then I can eat it. No, it doesn't. Real life doesn't work that way.
I'm very much.
But he's not here, so we shouldn't be picking on him.
We need to hear where you were going, Gab, before Steve derailed you with the Spaghetti Junction. Where were you going?
Spaghetti Junction.
No, so, all right, true story. So years ago, I worked in radio with one of Stevie's former teammates. So I'd heard all these Stevie stories from his Liverpool days. He was a slightly younger teammate, so he heard them sort of passed on. And I heard all these stories before actually going and meeting Stevie. And I was absolutely fascinated to find out that he lived up to every single one of them. I'm sure there might have been some teammates who,
the guy who
didn't like you. But listen, you were very popular among your teammates. And the other thing about Stevie, which is every year here in London we have the Football Writers Awards dinner, right? Where we give out an award to the player of the season in the Premier League. Now, it's a very prestigious award. Stevie actually won it in 1988, I want to say. Either side of him, John Barnes actually won it. And the funny thing is they've got the pictures of every single winner up there, right? So from the 1950s, where the guys have like the gelled hair, and many of these are action pictures, and everybody looks really cool. They're shooting on goal or they're heading. For some reason, Stevie's picture, it looks like somebody just fired a shot into his private parts, and he's just recovering from it, and he's got this frown on his face, and it's like that famous picture of Phil Jones where his whole face is kind of deformed.
Right.
And I thought that's absolutely brilliant, because I don't know if you got to choose your own photograph, Stevie, but
no.
I love it. No pretension whatsoever.
I don't know what I've done to upset all these people, because you know the Panini sticker?
Yeah. The Panini.
Yeah. The Panini sticker. The Panini sticker of me, and my tongue's hanging out. It's like that. I'm actually kicking the ball like that. I mean, are you having a laugh? Seriously, that's the only thing you can come up with.
So you don't get to sign off on these photos for
no.
You sign your rights away. They can use whatever they want.
Well, I guess it'll be noticed at the end of the day. But give somebody a laugh, then that's fine with me.
So do you feel bad you were snarky to Gab there with the answer?
I wasn't snarky to Gab.
I believe you, but
I very much admire that part of Gab.
Yep.
Stevie, next time I'm over, I will put some ingredients together, and I will cook you and Mrs. Nicol and the dogs a proper pasta meal based on the tradition that was passed on to me by my ancestors, and you could be the judge of that.
You're very particular about your bolognese.
I'll tell you what,
It would be a privilege.
Yeah. Okay, but one condition. You've got to wear the wife's apron.
Not sure it would fit me, but yeah.
You're very particular about your bolognese, Steve. I do know that about you. You like it the Scottish way. Let's move on. I want to get Kasey into the conversation, but unfortunately, follow that case. I'm sorry. I've got to give you a sensible question.
Kasey doesn't really eat food. He catches it.
Well, yeah, and we saw
I can do that too.
I
can shoot it. I can catch it. I can do it. Yeah.
We saw photographic evidence of what's been hauled out of a lake in Seattle recently.
The salmon have been running.
Yeah.
I've been trying to.
Yeah, sure, they taste good. But,
he didn't chase any of them, did he?
No. John Norris, moving on to the next question. I'll start with you, Case. Can Real Madrid get Hazard in January? And if Real Madrid are truly Kylian Mbappe's boyhood dream, as he has said, why are other teams now in the Kylian conversation? And I point you to the Kylian conversation with the K's there that John came up with.
Well, I mean, you think Hazard's been on the radar at Real Madrid for a while. They've been talking about that, for at least 6 months to a year, and it'll always be a question mark. Particularly when also you're talking about Mbappe, you're talking about a couple transfers that are going to be very, very large.
Yeah.
So it depends on what are Real Madrid's finances, depends on what Chelsea's plans are. Do they re-sign him to a huge deal, or is it just a chance to go to Real Madrid? We've heard that many times, that you don't have those opportunities very often. And when a team like Real Madrid is truly interested, do you then just go to the club and say, look, I have to take this opportunity? Mbappe, same thing, but the question is, will Lopetegui even be there long enough to make one of these deals happen? There's a lot of factors that get involved, and whenever the name Real Madrid comes around, players' ears definitely perk up, and you think that if this is a chance to go play for Real Madrid, you have to consider that.
And Gab, it seems like Real Madrid and Hazard have been linked forever. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say about Mbappe. Real Madrid, of course, were all over Mbappe when he was at Monaco before he moved to Paris Saint-Germain. They thought that they had a deal lined up with Monaco, and then eventually they decided not to go through with it. I think there was an issue over commissions and whatnot. For his part, Mbappe has always said that he would love to play for Real Madrid one day, but equally he's very conscious of the fact that this guy's not even 20 years old yet. So, he could play in Paris for the next 5 years, win a couple Champions League titles, and still go to Real Madrid mid-career. So he's certainly in no rush. As far as Eden Hazard is concerned...
can we rewind? Can we rewind there a bit? What? You threw in these... Won a couple of Champions League, and... when did he go to win the Champions League?
Well,
never mind a couple.
It's a best-case scenario, Stevie.
I think he has a much better case scenario at Real Madrid winning a couple Champions Leagues.
Well, that's fine, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you win a Champions League title at Real Madrid, right? They've won 4 in the last 5 years, right? You're winning. Nacho has 4 Champions League winners' medals. You can win it more as a passenger. You win it at Paris Saint-Germain, you've really made history. Look, I don't want to get into that. All I'm saying is...
Well, you just... You brought it up. You started that. You're the one that started that.
Mbappe is committed to Paris Mbappe is committed to Paris Saint-Germain. He's not going to engineer a move or whatever. I think it's a pretty open secret. He wants to play for Real Madrid one day. But obviously, it's a huge, complicated deal to pull off right now. A couple years from now, if he's won things, if he's ready, if they can do a deal, then that can happen.
I like that. I like that tone. That's better.
Let's preface something as well, too. 99.99999% of players want to play for Real Madrid one day.
Right.
So let's get that straight right away.
Yeah, that's fine. Just Kylian Mbappe is Kylian Mbappe, and there's only one Kylian Mbappe. As far as Hazard is concerned, obviously this whole contractual situation,
he's got a brother.
It's pretty much out in the open. the difficulty for Real Madrid, Hazard has a ton of appeal for Real Madrid because obviously they're having issues scoring goals. He's not just a creator, he's a goal scorer too, but he's not a center forward. And Real Madrid do not have an unlimited budget. They can go and they can blow 100 million, 150 million on a player if they so choose, but probably just one player. And right now, given the way Benzema is, right now they're in a situation where their center forwards are Benzema and Mariano Diaz. And obviously that's a position that probably requires an upgrade more than Hazard's role. So it's a difficult one for them because if they commit to Hazard, unless they then manage to shift Bale or somebody, then they're not going to be able to get a center forward of equal stature or make a run at Mbappe or Icardi or somebody else. And that's kind of the tricky situation that they're in right now.
Finally, on the Barcelona front, and specifically addressed to you, Stevie, do you expect better performances from Philippe Coutinho?
We're talking about Real Madrid.
No,
We moved to Barcelona.
This is
We
to
moved to
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Went from Bolognese to Real Madrid to Barcelona.
Right.
Coutinho, is he doing enough in La Liga for you?
No.
Barca? No.
No.
Simple as that. You expect
Simple
a
as
lot
that.
more, yeah?
Yeah, listen, obviously Messi is the man, but, you know, on the odd occasion when what he does isn't enough, then, you know, Suarez and Coutinho and players like that have to make the mark.
Yeah.
And this season so far, Coutinho hasn't done that.
But I think Barcelona set a fantastic example when you had Suarez, Messi, and Neymar all getting along, all contributing together, that they were pretty unstoppable. So the thought that, okay, Neymar's going to leave, can you put Coutinho into that role and then automatically have this chemistry and be able to do fantastic things? It hasn't quite worked out that way.
Right.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. That'll do it. We're all off to Stevie's house for some spaghetti bolognese, apparently.
No, only when Gab.
Only when Gab comes.
Oh,
when Gab,
okay,
yeah.
We'll see you next time on Plus.